Cody, stop lurking, you creep. I see you. I see your little fucking face on Instagram Live. Little fucking mustache. Fucking snapback. See.
Apologies, Commander. Her Majesty is occupied. I've been asked to direct you to Countess Anise instead.
Commander. Too long.
Countess, the pleasure is mine. I thought I was meeting with the Queen.
My liege is indisposed. I appreciate your flexibility.
Oh, I hope all is well. Hate to see even more flippancy tossed at her feet.
I can certainly hope, but I'm afraid drama clings to her like a bad smell. Good luck washing the linens. But that's unimportant. For now. On my queen's behalf, I would like to extend an invitation. The first meeting of the Tyrian Alliance will be commencing in Lion's Arch. We would like to see you there.
The Tyrian Alliance?
Correct. Might be stuffy. But I expect some interesting developments. The world is changing. We know this. Between the demon attacks, Suwan and Oreen, we woke up to a very different world. Now, let's hope everyone is willing to keep it in one piece. Before I forget, your invitation.
Dude, I fucking love this game's art style. Thank God.
Ready for anything.
Hold it. Name?
Commander, over here.
That you are. Didn't recognize the face at first. Fought alongside you during Scarlet's attack. Go ahead. Don't mind me, just being cautious. A lot of big names in this building.
It's a big job. Malice, Anise, this thing's really shaping up, isn't it?
No less cramped than any of Ash's hidden outposts.
Delegates and leaders are still arriving, but the turnout is impressive. My surprise is agreeable.
And nerve-wracking.
Everyone is comforted that you're joining us. You command quite a bit of respect here. Not all of us do the same.
Here we go.
You're modest.
Save that irascible demeanor for negotiations, Imperator. Go on. Mingle. As soon as a few more arrive, we'll get started.
Kaith, what are you doing here?
Commander, I'd heard you'd been invited. Glad to see you again.
Kaith is joining me as counsel. We've both a stake in seeing our people thrive after everything we've endured.
I empathize with your pain. How are you doing after Aurene?
Some days are melancholy, but she still guides me. I'm needed by my people. That has given me purpose.
That they do. Kate has been vital in our pursuit of healing. We've all experienced a bit of an identity crisis after Maguma. We're well on our way, but we've problems to solve for yet.
Any step forward is a positive one.
Hello again. It is a genuine pleasure to see a familiar face in unfamiliar lands.
Welcome, Commander. I'm glad to finally have a meeting under less dire circumstances.
An Empress and a Queen. Dangerous combination.
Queen Jenna has been instrumental in Cantha's integration. I'm eager for these meetings to commence.
All I've done is make introductions.
With every trade organization and leader between the Shiver Peaks and the unending ocean. Such modesty. I'm hoping that today is productive, if not educational.
The latter, I can promise.
Commander, good to see you.
Lot of big names in this crowd.
Certainly beats interrogations and trial preparations.
Vangar?
Who else? We'll save that headache for opening remarks. I'm eager to put it behind us. Hasn't made things easy, though. The Dominion lives. Their numbers are just depleted.
I don't envy your workload.
I, Countess Anise, liaison to Queen Jenna of Kryta, call all representatives of the Tyrian Alliance to council. Please, to your places. We've quite a bit to cover. First and foremost, the Pact and Orders send their regards. Structural changes have them occupied. But with that aside, the founding members have come prepared with opening statements. Affirmations of why we're here. As our mutually elected emissary, Commander, would you like to determine the order of operations?
What qualifies me to make that call?
You've had a hand in just about everything Tyria has endured since the retaking of Claw Island. We approve.
I imagine the Pale Mother supports this notion.
Sure, have at it. My queen.
Thank you all for your remarks. We gather on mutual ground
Yo, James,
as
what's
allies.
up, dude?
For
Thank
some,
you.
friends. We suffered the Elder Dragons. We saw a new Ilona and Cantha. We've endured much. But now, Tyria has the promise of tomorrow. The last decade was cruel, but standing united today shows promise that my father only dreamt of. However, it is not on kind terms that we gather. The Alliance was formed as a reaction to a new threat. Almost a year ago now, demons attacked our villages and farmlands. Your cities and homes.
48 dead in the mountains. An entire village burned to the ground.
One attacked the Grove.
2, just outside the gates of Rata Novus. They stank.
No casualties should be accepted. These attacks were calculated, I've heard. Our perpetrator? The Cryptus.
Cryptus? And what exactly are these Cryptus? Where did they come from?
The more pertinent question, how did the Queen discern this information?
Tone.
I've dealt with an Emperor's horde of petty banter, so I pivot. Queen Jenna, care to elaborate?
This information is as novel to me as it is to the Alliance.
I've heard rumors of your trustworthiness, Your Majesty.
No hyperbole until the Queen has spoken.
reality of Tyrian politics has not ceased its endless parade. Shall we have a mature discussion?
Introducing representation from the Astral Ward. Iskarin.
Iskarin?
I apologize for my friend's theatrics.
And Frode, Warden of the Astral Ward.
What's going on, Jenna? Answers.
Queen. If you wish to leave with all your limbs intact.
Calm, all of you. And I thought the war bands needed babysitting. Frode, was it?
Indeed. Admittedly, I expected worse. Wayfinder, under duress as always.
Wayfinder. Ah. Should have known you had a leg in this race.
I'll try talking to them. Ready as they'll ever be. Get to the point.
They thrive on the brink of chaos.
They've all endured enough trauma for a lifetime. Patience.
If we're measuring trauma in lifetimes, they wouldn't compare.
Thank you for allowing us the time to speak to you all today. I apologize for the dramatic entrance. Again, I am Frode of the Astral Ward.
Frode. I've heard that name.
The Ward has been cloaked in shadow for centuries, protecting you from threats unknown and unlike the Elder Dragons.
The Cryptus.
The source of our demon infestation, I take it?
Beings of the Mists who are no longer a problem. Not right now. Our Wayfinder, your commander, can speak to that.
I joined their fight. The Cryptus have been contained.
I wouldn't be surprised if some still attempted to breach our realm, but they aren't organized.
He speaks truth, as the commander can attest. Hesitant trust is advised. Isgarin revealed himself to me not long before he revealed himself to all of you.
The Cryptus are harbingers of what may come next from the Mists.
And you say they're no longer a threat, Wayfinder?
I've been to their realm myself. They've been stabilized.
When Su Won passed, Tyria's essence bled into the Veil Beyond, the Mists. You are... we are no longer shielded by her power. Every eye turned toward us in that moment, and likely more. We glow brighter than we did before. Tyria is a unique world, coveted by those beyond.
To summarize, our demons are Cryptus, and you two, the Astral Ward, are some sort of secret organization that fights them?
Not just Cryptus. but any intruder from another realm. We've certainly faced other threats that were not born of Tyria. Why didn't you reveal yourself sooner?
Or help us with the Elder Dragons.
I will answer all of your questions. But this is not the right venue.
I'm inclined to agree. Whatever this information is, I gather it's sensitive in nature.
I imagine the room needs a moment to reflect. Shall we pause and reconvene in smaller council?
After our councils have ended, I will speak with any of you. Whatever questions you may have, I will try to answer them.
Commander, with us. We'd like to continue the conversation.
So you've met before?
Anise introduced us. Their friendship was just as much a surprise to me.
We sought another ally ahead of the Forum. We've known it was time to reveal ourselves to the world. Figured this would be better than a more public spectacle.
That inclination isn't wrong. Why now, though?
The Cryptus may be controlled, or contained. But my words should cause fear. Tyria is as blood in water.
And what exactly is attracted to that blood?
Any number of beasts and beings. I've no reason to think we're in imminent danger. But I suspect something draws closer. And we all need to prepare. The Astral Ward is ready to help in any way we can.
So you've numbers, then?
Some. Fewer after the Cryptus. We bled on the edge of that blade.
What do you propose we do?
Focus on your affairs. We'll get nowhere without some degree of control. Your nations are fragile still. Here. Nourish.
We'll be establishing pacts with our neighbors. I suggest you do the same.
Wise.
On that subject, I'd like to offer some information on the Isle of Janthier.
Janthier. A storm looms over that place. Blood. That is not a territory I wish to cross.
I don't expect you to, but we may find more allies throughout those lands. The Lowland Coden.
My father spoke of them briefly. He left their territory untouched. Those are bonds I have not maintained.
I imagine there's more to this suggestion, Iskarin?
We should speak within thicker walls. Yes. Wayfinder, I don't think anyone here would be better equipped to help form these bonds. You are not only a representative of the Astral Ward, but of Tyria. Look around this room. Take it in.
I could support that notion. Yes.
Utilize Moon Camp. It's only kicking up dust otherwise. We'll send word to your aid. All your aid. The Ward will establish a gateway between our outpost and the human city. With the Queen's blessing.
Blessing granted. I support this, and you, Commander. Now is the time to fortify. The Countess will meet you in Divinity's Reach.
I've witnessed cleaner executions.
Grisha, I think I'm going with the commander to Janthier. I feel a professional pull. Have little intel on that location, or these Coden, and it feels vital. Or intriguing, at least.
An Imperator leaving her post to get her claws dirty. Care to steal my mate, too? Go. Be our eyes. I can cover for us.
I'll see you there, Commander.
May Grenth shield you.
Wait, what? Ooh, I done good.
Prompt, as expected. Welcome, Commander. The gateway is active. I've word that Malice will meet you there. Got a glimpse of the place myself.
How can I help?
Frode gave the Queen a proper tour. He'll be expecting you, too. Though, between friends, their definition of camp is sweet. I'm sure you'll be very comfortable.
You should see the Wizard's Tower.
You are quite adapted to them, aren't you? How are you feeling about the mission, then?
Taking a wait-and-see approach. This is uncharted territory, and Janthier has quite the reputation. Venturing into Janthier to befriend Coden. Not how I envisioned that first big step.
Diplomacy is a fine craft, Commander. And making allies requires an artisan. Oh, before you depart. Do we prefer Wayfinder or Commander now?
For you? I don't know if you calling me anything but Commander would sound natural.
Old habits die hard, I suppose. Good luck.
Wayfinder, the guest of honor. Welcome to Mooncamp. Vanak, if you don't remember. Fought with you against the Cryptus and Omnitas.
This is what you call a camp.
The Astral Ward? Subtle. Not a chance. Good to see you closer to ground, though. I volunteered to help with the integration. Long overdue that we got involved in Tyrian affairs. More publicly, that is. Got a few things to atone for.
Commander, Vanak was just giving us the lay of the land. Dangerous place, Janthier. Eager to scope it out.
I am as well. There's something about the atmosphere here that wilts my senses.
I didn't realize you were joining us too, Kaith.
On Dagonet's order, he didn't go into much detail about the Pale Tree's status. And perhaps it's not my place to say, but her recovery has been slower than we expected. Some days she seems weaker than the day before. We search for a remedy. The Astral Ward knows magic, and ancient magic at that. I'm hoping we can form a connection with you.
I do too, for what it's worth. And all help is good in these parts. Janthier is a nasty place to get lost. But before you touch ground, Frode wanted to speak with you, Wayfinder. Seemed urgent enough to prioritize.
Right. I'll track him down. Frode, I trust you're getting some sleep in between missions.
I used to be in charge of Mooncamp before Levente named me Warden.
Something must be serious to pull the Warden from Omnitas.
You know us well. It's true. The Lowland Coden will be fine allies of Queen Jenna and the Tyrian Alliance. That is no lie. They know these lands better than most. Janthier and the northern stretches are formidable. How much did you learn of Waiting Sorrow during your time in Omnitas?
Waiting Sorrow? Your missing wizard? Not a lot, besides the fact that she created the Heart of the Obscure.
Indeed. I've never met her, of course, as she's been missing since before Ascalon burned to the ground. This must stay between us, for now. But we suspect that she's hiding among the Coden.
You want me to find her?
It isn't a burden on your shoulders alone. The Ward is here to support in whatever way we can. But, yes, we need you to.
Is she dangerous?
She's very capable. For your own safety, expect resistance. I wish I knew more. Between us, Wayfinder, all conversation about her turns Isgaran more conspiratorial than usual.
Then I'll keep my guard up.
Good. For what it's worth, Dagda doesn't agree with him. She was also Waiting Sorrow's closest friend, so there's bias. But that's all I've got, so I'll leave you to it. Get to know the region. We'll set out in search of the Coden soon as well. They've been known to homestead along the Delta and the coastline. They'll build for 100 or so years, then move. Unsure of their exact position, but I imagine we're close. We portaled Mooncamp here to avoid scaring the locals.
Probably more subtle than flying it over the bay. Good call.
Stalwart Hart pulled some research noting they're not especially keen on magic. A floating building may cause alarm. But, good luck. I'll be here to guide you as I can. Ward's busy with the reacclimation. It's going to be a long process.
Any brilliant insights from Frode, Commander?
He and I caught up and talked about the Coden. We're not exactly sure where they're settled today, but they're likely close. Astral Ward research also says that they're a little distrustful of magic. We'll want to keep that in mind.
Sounds like we've plenty to strive for, then. We should get moving. I don't know this region.
I'd recommend taking it slow. When we call Janthier treacherous, we mean it.
How big is Janthier?
Huge. Practically in Kryta still. But the deltas are considered a part of the Isles due to their climate and flora. It stretches far to the north, running parallel to the northern Shiver Peaks, as far as modern maps are concerned. The Isles and Bay make up most of the occupied territory, with some coastal regions lining the mainland. There was even a small human outpost on the Isles, but it's long abandoned now. Don't know a lot about it.
Not a good place to be, then.
That's a Cryptus axe. I'd recognize it anywhere.
Yep. Mooncamp operated in the area during the attacks. Eparch's grunts were poking at something here. Never figured out what.
Given Janthir's history, I imagine there are any number of things a demon could be drawn to. Not especially inspiring, though.
What can you tell us about the history of this place?
Former home of the Mersat, and later the White Mantle. From my research, there's been very little activity in recent years.
Correct. Aside from the Coden, only a few other groups have called it home. Some centaur tribes, trolls, creatures that keep to themselves. And the Isles are another story. I recommend you read up on it. A lot of blood has been spilled here. A lot of things come to Janthier to hide from the rest of Tyria. That's why the Mersat built Baba Nisos here. Though, That place is all ruins and storms now. Hard to get close.
Bava Nisos. What's that?
Former Mersat city. Fixed in the middle of the Isles. Been abandoned for a long time. Don't think I'd want to go anyway. Maban told me about it. Didn't sound all that hospitable. He went back from time to time. Memories, I imagine. Or guilt. That's a Valraven talent. Nasty beast. The ward has little documentation, aside from a few first-hand accounts. When few travelers come through Janthir, stay away from them at all costs.
It's so quiet.
Reminds me of Drizzlewood. Abundant vegetation. I wonder how much of this is edible.
I learned a long time ago not to eat strange plants. Now, where should we go first?
Sounds like something to be determined by a wayfinder. It may be dangerous, but this place... it's stunning.
That's one word for it. I wonder where the flow of water will take us. Watch out for the cliff. Wouldn't make for a nice fall.
Never mind the cliff. Watch out!
What were those things?
Must be Valraven. Talons look just like the one Vinok showed us.
Janthiri flora is fascinating. And probably very toxic.
We should follow that stream. See where it leads.
Goodness, look at you. This is a very old tree. Imagine the stories it could tell us. Standing tall and strong, protecting the smaller growth.
Eyes up, Kate.
I need assistance now! Alchemy! It won't calm!
Treacherous, eh?
Better check it out. Together, everyone!
What has them so riled up?
on site so close to a populated camp is concerning behavior.
I'll bet it has something to do with that distress call.
Reasonable take.
Footprints and more claw marks. Chase them away from camp.
Blood. We better hurry.
Claw marks.
And from quite a large beast, I imagine.
Anyone! Help us!
Come on.
We'll find her!
Curious garbs you wear. Perhaps something sturdier would do you better in these parts. Which of you is the leader?
Commander?
I'm in charge.
I've looked at those great walls all my life. Proud, the humans. I'd like to get to know you. I'm sure the Claw would, too. The sun is fading. Wherever you traveled from, our village is likely closer. Follow. We've got a fire for you to sit by.
Thank you.
We'll follow, but who are you?
Barbed Veil. Come. You can help us lead the Journeykin to safety. But we must move quickly, unless you want to lose yourself in the woods. Our nights have been far darker. The Valraven watch.
Journeykin? You mean that wild animal?
Fascinating beasts they are. Came to us from far away. They need protectors.
Enraged again?
Stay calm. Help it release that energy, just like last time. Again, keep your voices stable. Help it relax.
Friends.
Good, good.
Starting to think that it's enjoying this.
Let it release that energy. The sound. Welcome.
And so close to camp. I was expecting a little more of a hike.
It's been a long while since we've let the outside in. Travelers avoid these lands, and for good reason. Not intentional isolation, that is. It isn't my story to tell, however, and we're nearing the pen. Here, Commander. Use this to calm the beast.
What is it?
Food. Animals, especially feral ones, only know a life of hunting, fighting for their food. A kind interaction and a gift is sometimes all it needs to learn trust.
Return with more than another journeykin, Spearmaster.
More creatures lost in the wild.
A claw of the Coden that I've never heard of, huh?
Call me Stoic Alder.
We found them in the forest, defending themselves against this one.
I'm glad you intervened before any lives were lost. Come, we should speak.
As a delegate of the Tyrian Alliance, it's good to meet you, Stoic Alder.
Interesting. I never thought Tyria capable. Clearly, we've plenty to discuss. Come. The village welcomes you.
I'll tend to our friend.
Thankfully, you've stumbled into the kindest alcove in Janthir. seems we have visitors. Rather unexpected in our keep. Welcome the Tyrian Alliance.
Tyria has allied? Amusing joke you play, leader.
Your skepticism is understandable. But given the severity of recent threats, Tyria needed to act fast. And unitarily.
Threats? Surely the strangers do not walk among all lands.
If you mean the creatures attacking from mist portals, I'm afraid so. We call them Cryptus.
Ah, mist portals. It's of the flesh stalkers that this alliance speaks. Yes. As foes, they proved fatal ones. Lives lost on your front as well, Jen.
I'm afraid so. And allying proved the viable solution, finally.
Fear can be a supreme unifier, or divider, depending on how it is channeled. So, this is why you come to my hearth, with eyes carrying intention. A bid to join your alliance.
Who knows what other threats the mists might bring? Should that happen, we'll have strength in numbers.
I respect your good intentions, but need time to ponder its implications for our own. For now, that is my decision. At this time, I extend our visitors the opportunity to speak with our council members.
Fading Aurora, Village Healing Master.
Aurora and Barbed Veil, who you first ran into, are two of our newest to don the Master title. Though, judging by their expertise, one would suspect them seasoned veterans of their respective crafts. Additionally, Aurora has fast proved an upstanding mentor for my son.
Currently working on the fundamentals of herbalism.
Save some praise for yourself, Alder. The previous Claw would be proud to see how well you're faring in the position.
The Claw Aurora speaks of was my mother. Feels both long ago and as recent as yesterday that she stood where I do now.
Though a few claw lengths shorter. By my coming of age, she barely made it to my shoulders. But her presence was grand enough to fill the room.
A true leader of Coden. Many have noted the resemblance. See a bit of her in you both. Wayfinder, you find yourself in good company. Hope you can make yourself at home here.
Why, hello there. Rai Lycan, humble lore master of the lowland. Long before our tribe came to inhabit Janthir, we hailed from a sanctuary far in the north. In those times, we were led by two honored Coden, a Claw, chosen by the people, Alder's role, same as his mother before him. Also, a voice. She was chosen by Koda himself to share in his mind, ultimately proving her worth by the trial of faith. A trial that would prove both to her detriment and the tribe's. Mid-trial, nearly crushed by the weight of madness, she fled. Some call it cowardice. I believe it was the will to survive that seized her from the brink of oblivion. The same will our Claw channeled in the trial's aftermath. Rather than risk ruin, he led the tribe south, to Janthir. Given time, some Coden found themselves called back by the will of Koda, a call they followed to Ur. The rest, our forebearers, remained. And it is here, free from gods, tried only by nature, that we find our sanctuary. At least, that's the speech I've prepared for the Cubs' annual history visit. I fear it sounds a bit rehearsed.
Grazed by fire, Journeykin Master. Apologies. My thoughts are occupied by council matters at the moment. If you find yourself with time to pass, my apprentice, Burning River, is out tending the village Journeykin. Tell him to give you some lessons at my request. They're fine creatures. I suspect you'll make fast friends.
The role of Claw was taken, so I settled for a title more modest.
My son has some years before he claims such expertise, though his mind is sharp. Observing our council provides him practical education, instills discipline.
Poizero, son of Stoic Alter and Silken Weir. You? A wayfinder losing their way in our woods. And now Commander. That has a strong sound to it. But if you insist, lost your wayfinder.
Ah, seems our visitor also claims two names. We of the lowland drop formality with those we most respect. Right, Pokey?
Yes, Pa.
Leader, best we return to the planned agenda, pressing as it is.
Your concerns are sensible, graced by fire. Poised Darrow, I'm afraid our discussion shall prove as stuffy to our guests as the air in this hall. Show them around.
But we've only just... A fine idea. Best they enjoy the weather while it holds. Meet me outside when you're set.
Alliance, I deem you welcome visitors, for the time being. Feel free to acquaint yourselves with our town. Fortunate for you, the embers of our summer season burn brightest. May your time here pass well.
Here you have it, Harvest Den. Much to keep a newcomer occupied, especially this time of year. Have one last hurrah before the deep freeze sets in, then our time of torpor begins and things really slow down. So, enjoy the fun while it lasts.
Weren't you supposed to show us around?
A wayfinder needs no chaperone, yes? You seem the type who'd rather blaze your own trail. Your friends, the flora and feline, make themselves at home already. Besides, if you need me, I'll be right here. A friend of mine plans to take part in the dance circle. Poor beast dances like his feet are forged from ore, but I'll be cheering for him nonetheless.
burning the city crops. This time of season, we harvest as many healthy crops as possible before the frost creeps in. The infected ones are burned to contain their tough to tell from afar, but if you inspect them closely, it'll be clear which are beyond saving.
So you're a plant person? Can you make your own food? Do animals graze on you?
Making friends already, Kate?
Delightful, aren't they? What I love about children is their shamelessly charming lack of tact.
Willow, focus. We're training, not harassing newcomers.
Reach is a
How
spear's
pretty she
prime
is.
advantage.
I love her flowers.
Best keep your
best of all.
target at a distance.
How
If they
sweet.
encroach, switch
These
the
were a
fang
gift
and
from a
claw.
very dear friend.
Ah,
A
seems we've
dragon
garnered an
friend.
audience. Care to
There's a
measure your
dragon
spear
here as
skills against
well?
our cubs, newcomer?
I'm afraid
They
we're
may
on
be
this
youngsters
adventure
still,
without her.
but spear work
She's
is in their blood.
resting.
Most have been practicing since
And she's
before
more
they
than
could
earned
speak.
it.
Cubs,
Something you
show
have
our
not,
visitor a
Willow.
formidable fight.
Back
Keep
to your
moving.
sets.
Hit hard
Could
and
complete
fast
these
and
with my
strike
eyes
your
closed.
target.
Now this newcomer looks like a fine sparring
Spears
match for
only
you,
now.
Swift Rapids.
No cheating by
Never
sword,
trained with
bow,
spears
axe,
before.
or what have you.
Really?
Only spear
Bet
hits
you
merit
take to it
points.
naturally. Talk to my sparring partner, Mists of Dawn. She'll help you get a feel for it. Most couldn't train in spears before they can talk. Though some prefer to exercise their jabbering jaws.
Thank you for letting us watch.
Pick up the pace, Cubs. Lose to a visitor, you will? You shame yourself.
I'm picking up all your slack.
Fine, Joe. Have the pointer mine alone.
Ugh, cease bickering and move.
Time's up. Spears down. Everyone back here. Our newcomer wins, fair and square. Take note. With practice, you'll perform with the voice of our friend.
It was the others. They let me down.
Say that every time you do.
Lose every time you do. Next time, I'm on the newcomers team.
How about a test of strength?
Oh, excuse me. Oh, goddamn, excuse me. I'll be right back.
Oh, Wayfinder. Praise
the alchemy, that's just who we need. Can you assist us?
The Wayfinder you were talking about?
The fish are vital to my bearkin.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, Wayfinder! Praise the alchemy, that's just what we need.
Schools. The fish are vital to my marriage.
Holy shit, dude.
come here. Two-bear job, this is. Welcome to the spawning pool. I spear them, you catch them, and drop the little fellows in this basket. Painless death for the fish. Something to fill our gut. But catch them with the careful paw, will slip right out of your grasp. Mind, don't overdo it. Take what we need and leave the rest for another. Balance. And watch it. Prey means predators. Every blood-sucking bog crawler is keeping an eye fixed on us. Into the basket. Nicest of them yet. Into the basket. It'll do. If you got anything left in your paws, bring it over. But no more. Got our share already. Into the basket. Watch it now. There's a stir in the water, and I don't trust it. There it is. Can't blame the beast for being hungry, but it's gonna turn the shoreline to fish bones.
them first. Next, scoop out the guts and bones. All we want is flesh. To make them last as long as possible. Then you hang them up to dry. It's worse. That knife work will get easier each go. Them first. Next, scoop out the guts and bones. All we want is flesh. To make them last as long as possible, they'll need a good salt bath. Then you hang them up to dry. God is setting in fast. Gotta skin them first. Next, scoop out the guts and bones. All we want. To make them last as long as possible, they'll need a good salt bath. Then you hang them up to dry. Worse. That knife work will get easier each go. taking a closer look. Look, knife work. Salt could be a little better dispersed. But it ain't bad, Wayfinder. I'd serve any one of these to the claw. Don't hesitate to help again.
Much obliged, Wayfinder. Our bridges shall hold that much longer thanks to your efforts. Like paw prints on sand, let the mark we leave on this earth be as gentle as it is ephemeral.
come to bask in the glow of nature's beauty?
Wayfinder, thank the spirits. You've got to help me get out of this forsaken swamp. Don't worry about making it clean. It's still a filthy swamp. Just keep dealing with the poison.
How he swims, now that he has been cleansed. He returns now to the nurturing bosom of nature.
This seems to be working, but I still probably dealing with parasites.
At how he swims, now that he has been cleansed. He returns now to the nurturing bosom of nature.
This seems to be working, but I still wouldn't eat it. Probably dealing with parasites.
Wayfarer, is it? Bit of a... Take heed! Stirring up a right feeding frenzy he is!
This is great, but I'm crashing hard. I'm going to bed.